track. Armed and dangerous and ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. Either you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed. Soon as we're given a task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady.
I'm Todd Grisham. The crowd cannot wait to witness this one. We're live at the CompuBox Academy. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one.
Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it. Sugar Ray Leonard.
This bout is scheduled for
a lot of trash talk. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. That counter shot lands. Good counter punch. He misses with that jab. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. No rest for the weary. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't find a home with that jab. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, every switch.
You'd like to see more jabs. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time, very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Boxing.
Here's the bell for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement with left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Throws the uppercut but misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Catch and shoot. And he misses with that jab. Perfect counter lands. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Missed with that right uppercut. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. That jab won't score. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Missing with the hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Finally,
come on, breathe.
Let's get it started in round 3. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter. Misses with the straight left. Throws the jab but does not score. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Both men step back for just a moment. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Crawford in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Come on, you let him back in.
Here we go to the fourth round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done.
Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. Blew up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
A shot from the gods took him. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter shot. Left hook misses. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes on a building ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round.
You're switching off.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Switch back on. Get focused. Get your mind back on the job.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Punch, counter punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think of, you've just got to be smart with them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. That counter punch caught him clean. breakout or bust for both. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
That's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the front out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Beautiful counter. Terrence Crawford just got rocked. That was the moment.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Drop the guard now. What do you think of that decision? How about that time counter shot? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Done all that work all
There's the bell to start round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
God, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He threw a punch and just got countered. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. He fails to score with that left hook. Like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Hard. Look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight with...
A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
I need...
saw it here.
Are only possible due to your involvement, volume, level, and confidence. The consequences stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you mother and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversation, no astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the vine and get AIDS. Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's a necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janice Joplin droplets. It sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is priming this optimist and tastes like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I went off, Charlie cake for dinner, birthday cake for breakfast, slice it like a ninja, pick up all the pieces, assemble like Avenger, authoring is August, wordplay is December, That mean my pen is in cinders and my deliverance shivers like Siberian area shippers, slip on the slickest icicles, drip from the tip of my scriptures. If you a ship on the trip, don't hit on the tip of my glacier, swim with the fish and flippers. I finish my pictures, this is what didn't get it, hitting the different differs. What did he do with it, didn't she? Who are you mentioning? Lou would do a dual identity, dueling enemies, do it to him, chewing through him without doing it dentally, superhuman fluent without refueling engines with energy. This chemistry can it be? They googling endlessly, even computers losing memory, bending mentally when they interface with the lyrical ability. Many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake.
The crowd has been waiting for this one for a very long... And it's the king. Amir Khan.
This bout is...
What a pleasure to be in. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Catch and shoot. Nice exchange here from both men. These counter punches have to hurt. These punches coming from every angle. Punch, counter punch. Perfect counter shot. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero, the pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Tom. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter punch. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
To be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Just missed with that hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Nice counter shot. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges...
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
Flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Exchange punches. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That left hook doesn't find its target. Nice counter. Well done with that counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? This is a high-octane battle. Nice stop, but that won't score. Straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
I need to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your focus back.
Let's get it started in round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That counter shot lands. Got him. Don't want to trade shots. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this. They are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
Beautiful counter shot. I can't believe we're only halfway through the... Did you see that? Oh boy! Amir Khan, dazed! That was the moment!
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Back and forth they go. That one will count. Couldn't land that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry?
Get your mind back on the job.
Here's the bell for round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the dangerous part.
Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he misses with that jab. That hook just can't find the target. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Hook misses. Good counter punching. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win on the scorecard. He's gonna need a knockout. There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Jab misses. There's a counter shot. He's obviously the heavy favorite here, coming straight out with some heavy punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he close you down.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They're both trying for a knockout. Both men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. These two fighters are made for one another. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard that call.
He's a knockout without a doubt. He needs to go out there and think, right, you know,
It's a tough fight.
Here we go in the 6th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
this is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Does not score. The straight right just misses. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
See a jab from these two. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Big swing and a miss with the hook. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Fails to score with that left hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Right, let's go out there.
Round 7, here we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when it catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in and guess.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Defense is not an option for these two. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym. Every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Perfect. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as
The
the
fight's
fighter.
not over yet. You've got to go out there and win this round.
There's the bell to start round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The jab doesn't quite connect. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around her. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
And he scores with the counter. Lucky that hook didn't score. That one lands. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Counter punch caught him clean. Can't land the jab there. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
What a